Welcome to Stade de France and to the second session of Para-Athletics. Great to have you with us for the Paris 2024 Paralympics. This evening there are 4 field event finals plus events on the track from 100 metres to 5,000 metres. Plenty to get through and plenty to enjoy. I'm Steve Rebillard alongside Pete Selby and Olympian Annika Honora. A couple of your favourite distances on the schedule tonight, Annika, on a programme that it's got so much to offer.
Yeah, it does. I'm really excited. Looking forward to today. Being biased, being a sprinter, former sprinter, hopefully we'll get to see another world record in the men's 400 T52 with Maximum Carabin, because he's ran a really good well this season. Looking forward to what he can do tonight.
And Pete, we've got 100, 200 and 400s to enjoy, and then some legends of the track will be making relatively short work of the 5,000 metre heats.
Yeah, the 5,000 metre heats to bring the curtain down on this session. Looking forward to witnessing Marcel Hug here in the magnificent Stade de France. Possible world records from the start and possible world records at the end as well. He's the world record holder set earlier this year. But there was plenty of top athletes away from Hug in that final event. But we've got plenty to get through on what promises to be a very exciting session here at the Para-Athletics at the Paralympic Games here in Paris.
And here is what's ahead of us. The women's club throw is actually already underway. We'll get the men's shot put F55 and men's long jump T11 away. And then we're into some serious racing with some finals, semis, the women's 400 T11, final of the 200 there as well, and the 5,000 metres that we're talking about towards the end of the program. It'll be sprinkled with some victory ceremonies, but hopefully we won't get sprinkled any more than we have been today. The rain has been coming on and off, but I'm pleased to say it's not raining now, and hopefully the track will dry out and stay dry. But it does raise the question, Annika, about what difference it makes to sprinters when we have damp track like we have right now.
Yeah, sprinters tend to fare okay, not too bad with these types of conditions. I would say I wasn't someone who favoured the rain, favoured the wet or the cold, but temperature's not too bad and it has stopped raining, so hopefully it won't dampen too many performances.
The track does look good, and so does the stadium. It's filling. The sport presentation team here has done a wonderful job getting the crowd excited about what we're about to see, and already with the club throw, the crowd has been traditionally in favour of all throwers, just very generous in their support. Oh, there is a little bit of rain we can see there. 19 degrees, it's been cool all day, some heavy rain, and the wind is not anything to worry about really. It was supposed to back off the rain early in the afternoon, but we got a couple of heavy showers not so long ago. But as we say, thankfully stopped now, and pretty much everyone, Pete's undercover the way that this marvellous stadium is built.
Yeah, it's a magnificent stadium, the Stade de France. It's provided the backdrop to many legendary feats of sporting achievements in its near 30 years existence. And here at the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games, I'm pretty sure that the Para-Athletics is going to add more sporting history in this magnificent stadium. But at the moment, it's keeping everybody dry.
Yeah, the stadium used by the French national football and rugby union teams, and it's the largest in Europe for athletics events. It can seat about 77,000 in this configuration, a little bit more for football and rugby. But everyone's come early, and we're just a few minutes away from introducing our next field event and then into the track events. Not far from the centre of Paris, just in the commune of Saint-Denis, is Stade de France. And a reminder of what's ahead. The club throw got underway a little after 6 p.m. local time. Field of 16 there. Takes a while for that event to unfold, so they started early to make sure it's finished on time. And the crowd, I'm sure, will stay for those 5,000 metre heats. They're great fun and conducted at some pace, Pete.
Yeah, we're looking forward to, I think even in these slightly wet and damp conditions that we've been talking about, I don't think that's going to have any effects in this session. I think records, if they're going to be set, they will be set. And I don't think with the strength that we have, the parathletes on show, I don't think it's going to make any difference. I think those records, I'm confident, will be broken here in a crowd that's expecting, I think, records as well. There's flags from all nations being waved. And there's over a quarter of the athletes here in Paris will be taking part in at least one para-athletics event. So we see the early stages of the club throw.
So there is the start list. 2 from Australia, Rosemary Little and Sarah Clifton-Bly. Nargisa Safarova, neutral Paralympic athlete. From the UAE, Thekra Alkabi has put in a good first throw, we've seen, but we're early days still in this one. Brazil, Poland, Tunisia also represented. Islamic Republic of Iran, Algeria, Ukraine's Moskalenko got a very warm welcome when the field was introduced. Morocco, Uzbekistan, Argentina, and the second from the UAE, Noura Al-Khtebi. So Thekra Alkabi, 6th at the 2023 Worlds. Personal best of 21:36. And in her second round through 20:29. And just inside the legal area, but not as strong as her first or second throws. Thumbs up from the team. She throws back to the target area. Can be done either way. And this method suits Alkabi. And she's actually taken the lead. It was early on held by Rosemary Little of Australia with a 16.65. So the athletes get 6 throws and they stay in the chair for consecutive throws. Just given a chance to think and compose and get excited about the next throw. Number 4 for Alkabi, one of the younger ones in the field at 22. Crowd right behind her. You can see her on the big screen. She's the leader. Another good throw out past 15 metres. Not going to make a difference to what she's done already. And a 15.69. World record sits at 28.77, held by Rosa Kozakowska of Poland. Set just 3 months ago. Kozakowska will be competing in the next but one after Alkabi. Oh, that's a good one. Out towards 20 metres. Got the trajectory just right. Support team's happy. Al-Kaabi at the moment with the lead. Took up the sport 5 years ago. Sense of the rain, unfortunately, still tumbling down at Stade de France. Not dampening anybody's spirits, I don't think. And at 18.77. So her best throw was a second, 20.29. It puts her in the lead, but it won't be long before we have the world record holder Kozakowska up in the club throw. There'll be a bit of a pause while Al-Kaabi makes way for the next athlete, Juana Brito Oliveira of Brazil.
Time for the final of the men's shot put F55.
So the F55 shot put is the next field event to get underway. It's a throwing event, strictly speaking. Broader category of field events. Field of 11. Athletes from Azerbaijan, Serbia, Armenia, Poland, Iran, Brazil. Brazil have got a big team at these 2024 Paralympic Games. Bulgaria also involved.
The personal best of 9 meters 50 set
And
this
from
season,
Palestine,
Paralympic
Fadi
athlete.
Al-Dib, a neutral Paralympic athlete, Ivan Ravenko.
Avec un record personnel à 12 mètres 84, représentant la Palestine.
The personal best of 8.48, representing Palestine.
Fadi Al-Dib. Finaliste.
Turns 40 tomorrow, as Al-Dib.
Fourth at the 2024 World Championships, representing Poland.
Damien Ligeza. Vice-champion paralympique.
Best of 10.91 this season at the 24 Worlds. And we're also going to have a look at the men's T11 long jump. We have a small field of 6.
Two-time Asian Paralympic Games silver medalist, representing Islamic Republic of Iran.
World records held by Lex Gillette of the United States.
Champion from Brazil.
6.73, but some of these jumpers showing they're capable of getting near that, and it's a record that could go.
2020 Paralympic champion in the Chinese.
3 from China, all in good form. Di Dongdong, Ye Tiao and Chen Shichang, all jumping well over 6 meters.
Two-time Paralympic bronze medalist from Poland.
Finaliste à Kobe, le dernier champion du monde représentant l'Arménie.
The Paralympic record held by Jose Rodriguez of Spain at 6.67. So those field events will be happening while we get our track program underway
Championship silver medalist
in
from
just a couple of
Serbia.
moments.
Champion paralympique africain en 2008, représentant l'Azerbaïdjan.
2008 Paralympic champion, representing Azerbaijan.
A little later in the program, we've got the men's F37 shot put. There's the ever popular Frige mascot. It's such a prominent part in the start of the opening ceremony, was adorning the taxi. Tia Cyril had a very amusing opening few minutes of the opening ceremony.
You can take yours off as well, Steve.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a snug fit under the headphones. Well, a French fan for sure. So as the cameras and the coverage drifts across towards the track, might be getting close to a start here.
The men's long jump T11.
Starting off with some 400s, but before that, might get a look at the shot put. It is a straight final. Masayev. Alkan Masayev of Azerbaijan. His 5th Paralympic Games. And he won this event in Beijing. Personal best of 12:99. He's thrown that one out of the area, unfortunately. And his disappointment and annoyance was evident immediately. So he throws it out of the quadrant. 11:22 early for Masayev. The oldest man in the field at 45. But a lot of the throwers in Paralympic sport can stay in the sport a good while.
First event on track, not far away now. This is the men's 400 meters T52 final. And we could be in for something special. Anthony Bouchard, Canada in lane 2. Lane 3 is Gerald Manwang of the Philippines. Ongadron of Mexico in lane 4, 60 years young. But most will have the attention on lane 5. Maxime Caraban, world record holder from Sharjah this year, set a new Paralympic record in the heats. And I think a world record could be on here for the 23-year-old. Strong event for Japan in their history. Tomoki Sato is the reigning Paralympic champion, lane 6. He will know what he has on his inside. Tomoyo Ito, 61 years old. Former Paralympic champion on his outside. Make their way around towards the start. Given a big round of applause as they head behind, as they do a few warm-up laps. The club throw continues.
Yes, and one Brito Oliveira. At the moment, 20 meters 29 throw is the one to beat from Al-Kabi of UAE. Brito Oliveira has some serious form this year and belts it out to about 24 meters, or at least 23. Won the club throw at the 24 World Championships. did the 28-year-old, and has got away a good one with her first, and immediately takes the lead with 23 metres exactly. Rita Oliveira goes again. Again, just out past 20 metres. Reminding you, the world record is 28.77 and owned by Kozakowska of Poland, and she will be next.
I think that cheer was heard all the way from the Stade de France to Rio. Just before the first of the track events, glad to report that the rain, almost as if it knows, has stopped.
Rita Oliveira once more, former swimmer, switched to athletics in 2019, and she's putting in a consistent performance here as that club embeds itself in the soft turf. Further indication that we've had some fairly decent rain today. Allowed to take some refreshment after their third of 6 throws. So she also won the shot put in Kobe this year for the F32 category, did Brito Oliveira. So club throw and shot put, her 2 events. She could take them both. Holds the lead now at 23 metres.
À la finale des 400 mètres hommes, catégorie T52.
Time for the final of the men's T52 400 metres.
First event on track in this session is the final of the men's 400 metres. T52 is the category. Wheelchair category, T51 up to T54. In lane 2 from Canada, Anthony Bouchard was second of the 2, next fastest to qualify in the heats. Paralympic debut. It's the Pan American Games champion from Santiago last year. Only started wheelchair racing when he was 27, the 31-year-old. And he will have Gerald Mangran on his outside in lane 3. 7th in Tokyo. Former Asian Paralympic Game or Para Games champion.
The 2000 and 2004 Paralympic champion from Mexico.
Salvador Hernandez Mongadron. Paralympic champion back in 2000.
World record and Paralympic record holder from Belgium.
Maxime Caraban is the Belgium star, soon to be a Paralympic superstar.
Reigning Paralympic champion from Japan.
Chateau on Caraban's outside, defending champion.
Two-time Paralympic champion representing Japan.
Ito Tomoya.
61-year-old Ito. Strong Japan lineup. Still can win a medal at 61.
7e des derniers championnats du monde, représentant la Suisse.
2023 World Silver Medalist over 100 meters, representing Switzerland.
Fabienne Blum. Switzerland known for their wheelchair athletes.
4e des derniers champions du monde sur 400 mètres pour le Mexique.
Two-time Paralympic bronze medalist for Mexico.
There's Juarez of Mexico. Bronze in the World Championships this year. Out in lane 9. Lane 5 in the yellow. Maxime Caraban again. A new Paralympic record set in the heats. Paralympic champion Chateau is outside from Japan. Ito as well in lane 7. There's Maxime Caraban's 52 seconds world record, again set in Sharjah earlier on this year. That world record is in danger. Blum of Switzerland. Ito of Japan. Paralympic champion Chateau in lane 6. Caraban of Belgium. What can he do here? Mondragon of Mexico. Mangliwan, Philippines. Bouchard completes the lineup in lane 2 for Canada.
Place à la finale du 400 mètres des 52 hommes ici à Paris.
The final of the T52 men's 400 meters.
Noise inside the stadium.
On your marks.
Now it goes quiet.
Set.
So first track final.
Away first time, and it's a good start for Caraban in lane 5. On his inside, it's a good start as well by Mondragon. Now the champion, Chateau, has gone off very quickly. He's being led by Ito, the 61-year-old, in lane 7. But down the back straight is where you expect the yellow of Caraban, Maxime Caraban of Belgium. And he's going to overtake down the back straight the defending Paralympic champion. At halfway, it's Maxime Caraban in the yellow, lane 5 for Belgium. And he's stretching clear from Chateau in lane 6. There's going to be a fight on for the bronze, but the front 3 are pulling clear. Chateau, I don't think he can do anything about Caraban into the home straight. Maxime Caraban from Belgium, the 23-year-old world record holder. And he's clear from Chateau, the defending champion. Keep your eye on the clock. Maxime Caraban, he's going to be the Paralympic champion. 55-10. Chateau is silver this time. And 61-year-old Ito is the bronze medal winner.
Le podium de ce 400 mètres des 52 hommes ici à Paris. Maxime Caraban.
Well, Maxime Caraban promised plenty, he delivered. Maybe not as quick as the time in getting to this stage in the heats. Well, Maxime Caraban, the world champion, is now the Paralympic champion.
Yeah, that was an incredible performance by Caraban. You can see he was really excited about, you know, potentially winning a gold medal here tonight, and he went out and did it. Not quite as we'd want with another world record, but it's still an incredible performance nonetheless.
Got the job done. The front three pulled clear. Belgium with the gold. And Japan with silver and bronze. In the men's 400-meter T52 final. Really quick start. Got money inside from Bouchard, but as they came into the straight, Caraban was clear. It was all eyes on the clock. Chateau, defending champion. Full 10 meters back. Ito in third. World champion is Paralympic champion Maxime Caraban of Belgium.
Interesting to see the spray coming up off the front wheel into his face, but not an issue for Maxime. The hottest of favourites on a wet night in Paris. Gets it done.
Confirmation, Maxime Caraban. 55-10, Chateau, 56-26. Silver this time, and Ito makes it silver and bronze for Japan.
Of the People's Republic of China, the leader in the men's T11 long jump final, 6 meters 68 is the target.
6 mètres 11 pour Yetao, qui prend donc pour l'instant la deuxième place provisoire de ce concours.
Et tout s'accélère ici au Stade de France avec bien sûr le concours de son longueur, mais également le concours de massue avec une nouvelle concurrente que nous présenterons dans quelques instants. Et du côté du lancer de poids, catégorie F55 hommes, c'est actuellement Nevoja Juric pour la Serbie qui mène le concours avec 11 mètres 98 réalisé lors de son deuxième essai. C'est actuellement au 5e essai. Devant pour l'Azerbaïdjan, Olokan Moussaïev qui a réalisé 11 mètres 44. Pour ces deux athlètes, c'est la meilleure performance de la saison.
Out on track for our next event as well. Going to be sprinting. Men's 100-meter T37 final shortly. Capacity crowd inside the Stade de France.
Let's take you across to some long jump action and the T11. And the coach will call the athlete in, keep them on track into the takeoff area. Oh, that's a huge jump. And with 3 Chinese competitors in the final, Li Dongdong with a big first effort. You see this chalked takeoff area. Hits that well, keeps the jump on track. Enormous amount of trust, skill, and commitment in the vision impaired long jump events. Mentioned that these athletes are capable of jumping in the mid 6 meters, so a 6.63 and a season best for Li Dongdong could well be the man to catch. 6.11 for his teammate Yetao. Igamnazarov of Uzbekistan and neutral athlete Shavrakov, 5:14. Just 6 in the field.
And here's the first time we hear the bell for this session, and it's Maxime Caraban, winner of the men's 400-meter T52. Rings the bell inside the Stade de France.
Well, it was a bell ringer of a final. He just romped away with it. That's the way to win it, Anika. No real pressure.
If only it was that easy. He did make it look easy, to be fair. He did. He did.
So here's another look at how it works in vision impaired long jump. They'll wait for a little bit of quiet. This was Chen Shichang. Well, unfortunately, the PA has cut across the moment that they were about to jump. Needs to be a sort of a coordination of noise and no noise for the long jump to continue. The jumper has to be able to hear the guide. And some reassuring words. Chen Shijiang, 24-year-old, won the 24 World Championships in Kobe with a 6.62. So he deserves to have every opportunity here.
Having 70,000 people inside the Stade de France would give inspiration to an awful lot of athletes, but also it can cause problems for certain events and classifications, as we've just witnessed here.
And indeed, the audience, if not familiar with Paralympic sport, needs to be informed about how this works and why these athletes in particular need a quiet stadium so the assistant and guide can do his work. And that's a good leap from Chen Shichang. Had to be patient to get his chance. I think he's only just made it into the takeoff area. Yes, so they'll be able to measure from that foot that just got in, made its impression in the chalked area. Up comes the chalk, and it should be a good distance. Assistant steps away. Crucial timing. And a 6:31 puts him in second position. So it's China 1, 2, 3 at the moment in the T11 long jump.
C'est l'heure de la finale du 100 mètres hommes T37.
The final of the men's T37 100 meters.
Time for our next track event, and it's the men's 100-meter T37 final. Fastest qualifier, Gomes Mendonça in lane 6 for Brazil, who have 3 in this final, 2 from Ukraine.
Le champion paralympique en titre pour l'Ukraine.
2020 Paralympic champion in the long jump representing Ukraine.
Vladislav Zebrani, 9th in Tokyo. First of the Brazilians, 22-year-old Luis da Costa, third fastest in the heats. Cavalcante Pinheiro, the second of the Brazilians, real medal chance in lane 4, 45-year-old. Purnomo of Indonesia in lane 5. A real chance of a medal here for the 25-year-old.
World champion and 2020 bronze medalist in 200 meters, representing Brazil.
Two-time world champion Gomes Mendonça in lane 6, fastest to qualify.
2020 Paralympic champion over 400 meters, neutral Paralympic athletes.
Andre Vodin in lane 7. Silver in Tokyo.
Asian Paralympic Games silver medalist representing Saudi Arabia.
Ali Al Nakli in lane 8 of Saudi Arabia. 5th in the recent World Championships.
Storming through qualifying with a new personal best of 11.75, representing Ukraine.
Mikola Raiski of Ukraine to complete the lineup in lane 9, just 17 years old. Men's 100-meter T37 final. First of the sprint finals in this session. Luis da Costa. Cavalcante Pinheiro. Plenty of Brazilians in this final. Mendonça possibly the fastest. 17-year-old Raiski.
The finalists of the men's 100 meters T37.
World record and Paralympic record. Nick Mayhew not in the lineup. Will be a new champion in the men's 100-meter T37. It could well be that man, Ricardo Gomes de Mendonça of Brazil. Fastest to qualify. Parapan American Games champion. Is he about to become Paralympic champion? Please get down in the blocks. Men's 100-meter T37 Paralympic final. Away first time. It's a good start by Purnomo of Indonesia in the centre in the red. On his outside in lane 6, Mendonça. Mendonça coming through. Gomes de Mendonça of Brazil is the Paralympic champion. Purnomo with the silver. It's a photo for bronze. Ricardo Gomes de Mendonça, fastest to qualify and fastest in the final. He's the Paralympic champion.
Was it ever in doubt? What a fabulous performance from the Brazilian. You know, to add to that, winning gold medal in the 100 meters last year at the World Championships. So it was a great performance by him, and an even better performance by Penomo, who also finished second.
Brilliant start by Penomo. Got away very quickly, led the Paralympic champion in waiting by 2 or 3 meters. A new personal best, new area record for Penomo, who was second fastest to qualify, second in the final. The times of those heats have been matched here. And Doldin in lane 7 will have the bronze. There's the start by Penomo. Look at Mendonca working hard to get alongside and then go clear. On his outside, Andre Dovin will get the bronze, silver medalist in Tokyo. But Ricardo Gomes de Mendonca, he's the Paralympic champion in the men's 100-meter T37 and dominated from halfway.
Penomo, I would say, actually got the better start, but Mendonca had an incredible second half of the race, and you can really see how he was able to power away. And it's great to see how the rain has now stopped, so we were able to have some great times there. You know, it was a little bit shaky in terms of what the winds would be, you know, being sprinters, no one wants to run with the wind in the face. So, yeah, a great performance by the Brazilian.
Confirmation of Gomes de Mendonca. 11.07. There's that wind. Plus 0.7 meters per second. Penomo with that personal best silver medal. And Dovin 11.41, a season's best. And 4/100th of a second away from a brace of Brazilians in 4th and 5th. But it's a Brazilian gold. Ricardo Gomes de Mendonca is the T37 100-meter Paralympic champion.
Have a look at some action again from the women's club throw, and the world record holder, Kozakowska. Oh, sends it some way. The world record was 28.77. It may have gone right there. We were waiting for her to step in, take a position, and it's given the right shoulder a bit of a workout with that throw. And Kozakowska sends it long and true. 27.78 to beat. And she has smashed it with a new world record of 31.30, if you don't mind. Beats her own world record by, well, the best part of 3 meters.
The men's 100-meter T47 final. And again, plenty of Brazilians in the final 3. Bookend in the lanes as well. Herrera in 2, Junior in 9. In between, we've got the 4-time world champion from Brazil as well. Let's meet the athletes.
Champion du Brésil, pour le Brésil.
The personal best of 10.77 set this season, representing Brazil.
Lucas Souza Pereira.
Lucas Souza Pereira of Brazil, Paralympic debut, and he's in the final.
Troisième des derniers champions du monde, accompli
Wang of China in lane 3. Bronze in the World Championships this year, 4th in Tokyo.
Les derniers championnats américains représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique.
4th of the World Championships with an equal personal best set in qualifying, representing the United States of America.
Corban Best.
21-year-old Corbin Best, United States. Equaled his personal best when winning Heat 2.
L'homme des séries pour le Maroc.
With a new area record set in qualifying, representing Morocco.
El Hadoui, a huge personal best in qualifying. Look out for lane 5.
Back-to-back Paralympic champion, representing Brazil.
Ferreira dos Santos, can he make it 3 golds in 3 Paralympic Games?
5e des derniers champions du monde à Kobe pour Cuba.
2-time Paralympic Games silver medalist, representing Cuba.
Gonzalez Isidoria of Cuba. 2nd in his heat, 10.74.
Champion national représentant le Zimbabwe.
And a new personal best in qualifying from Zimbabwe.
Chikwediri, 21 years old, knocked a 2nd of his personal best. A big medal chance for Zimbabwe.
Paralympic bronze medalist from Brazil.
Washington Jr. of Brazil completes the lineup in lane 9. Bronze medalist from Tokyo. Brazil with plenty of support inside the stadium, and especially just past the finish line at the end of the 100-meter straight. Sousa Pereira in lane 2. One of 3 Brazilians. Wang in 3. Best in 4 USA. 3-time champion possibly. Pereira dos Santos. Chikwediri.
Finale du 100 mètres D47 hommes.
It's the world record set by Ferreira dos Santos, Paralympic record as well. He's in lane 6. Can he make it 3 golds in 3 successive Paralympic Games? Fascinating final. Keep your eye on the very tall Zimbabwean in lane 8. Chikwediri again took nearly a 2nd off his personal best, the 21-year-old, on major championship debut. Taking on a very strong lineup in the men's 100-meter T47 Paralympic final. Away first time, really quick start by Junior, near side in lane 9. He's leading, here comes Best in lane 4 as well for the USA. The champion comes through in lane 6 though, Ferreira dos Santos. He was behind with 10 meters to go, and I think he's the 3-time Paralympic champion. He's looking at the scoreboard. He's not sure. We're waiting for confirmation. Can he celebrate? Best was certainly in front. I think Ferreira dos Santos has got it, and he has. He's the 3-time Paralympic sprint champion in the T47 category. What an amazing race, and an amazing celebration to match.
What a fantastic run there, and done so with a season's best of 10.68. 3 goals back to back to back, and congratulations as well to Corbin Best, who also got that silver medal. Running a PB there of 10.75.
The bronze medal goes to El Hadoui. Mention those Brazilian supporters. They were ready with the flags. They've given out 2 so far in this session. Well, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, another gold, but it was a fascinating final. He was only leading inside the final 5 or 6 strides. The dancing commences, not only in the stands. Now, the start near side of lane 9, Junior Washington, was electric, and then all eyes were on lane 4. Corbin Best was in front, but then powering on his outside, just taken over in the final 5 meters, where it matters most. And that was Ferreira dos Santos. But as you mentioned, Annika, it was certainly Corbin Best leading up until that final 15 meters or so.
Yeah, I think it was, definitely. I think he'd probably be slightly gutted that he missed out on the goal, but I think for your first Olympics to come away with a silver medal was just incredible. But, you know, dos Santos there truly is a championship performer, and he's done it again.
Yeah, silver on his first start then in the Paralympics, beaten by a 3-time champion and somersault specialist. Confirmation of the results. A season's best for the now 3-time Paralympic champion. Personal best from Best, and silver for Corbin. And El Hadoui will get a bronze medal for Morocco in a dip finish with Wang, who's 4th.
Back to the women's club throw. And Mouria Ibrahim of Tunisia out towards 30 meters. Well, we've had a new world record set already by Kozakowska with a 31:30. Ibrahim, a 29-meter throw. That's a super effort, and that is a personal best by some measure. So Kozakowska, the news really out of that 31:30 first throw is that she's opted only to do a second throw of 29:70 and then let the competition go. We did see her rubbing the right shoulder, looked to be pretty tender after breaking the world record, and probably feels no one can get near it. And she'll hope that that's the case, because she's abandoned attempts 3, 4, 5 and 6. She might well be safe though. It's time to give the bell the big ring.
Tournez votre regard vers la cloche avec le champion paralympique du 100 mètres, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos.
Patricio Ferreira dos Santos of Brazil.
I'm sure he's the winner. I'm not sure about that hat. It's making a statement though. I guess when you're that quick, you can wear what you like.
When you're wearing 3 Paralympic gold medals, nobody's looking at the hats.
Nobody's spirits dampened by the odd bit of rain at the Stade de France. Everyone in good mood. Seeing some world records broken. Some sizzling times on the track. And great support for all athletes. What we saw through the Olympics is spilling across now into Paralympic support for everyone.
C'est au tour de la brésilienne Giovanna Boscolo-Castillo-Goncalves pour son deuxième jet dans ce concours. 20,04 pour l'instant. Les cinquièmes du concours.
So we're back to the T11 long jump. And Chen Shichang, who opened up with a 6:31 to take second spot behind his teammate Di Dongdong. Again, he's early on in the takeoff area. That doesn't matter as long as he makes a mark there. And the jump to be measured from that imprint. Massive crowd at the Stade de France, now understanding and appreciating and respecting the way that the long jump works for the T11 competitors. And can he put some pressure on that 6:63 of his teammate D? Well, a 6:29, very close to his first. Need to find another 30 centimetres. But it remains China 1-2-3 from Uzbekistan, Spain, and the neutral Paralympic athlete Chateau.
First of the semi-finals in this session, and it's the women's 400-metre T11. 4 athletes in this semi-final.
Actuellement 6e du concours, Maxime Javrikov, athlète paralympique neutre pour son 3e saut.
4 athletes and 4 guides. T11 vision impairment classification.
Et c'est l'heure de la première demi-finale du 400 mètres femmes T11.
Semi-finals of the women's T11 400 meters.
Au couloir 7, 6e des derniers championnats du monde pour la République populaire de Chine.
The personal best of 58.86 set this season, representing People's Republic of China.
Et Shanshan, guidé par Yu Junjie.
Yi Shanshan set a personal best in qualifying for this semi-final.
Représentant la Colombie, 5e des derniers championnats du monde de Kobe.
Fourth place finisher from Paris 2023, representing Colombia.
Yonis Diana Salcedo Rodriguez, menée par Niver Angel Palmera.
Ionis Salcedo Rodriguez, only 20 in lane 5.
Médaille de bronze des derniers championnats du monde pour la Namibie.
World bronze medalist representing Namibia.
Raja Ishitue, guidé par Sam
Aja Ishite of Namibia qualified fastest for these semi-finals.
derniers championnats du monde pour la Pologne.
Previous world champion from Poland.
Joanna Mazur, guidée par Michal Savicki.
Joanna Mazur of Poland in lane 1.
Demi-finale du 400 mètres femmes.
Lineup for semi-final 1 of the women's 400 meter T11.
La première décrochera son billet pour la finale ainsi que les 2 meilleurs temps.
4 athletes in this first semi-final, 4 in the second. First in each of the semi-finals will qualify, and the next 2 fastest will also advance to the final.
On your marks.
Each athlete with a guide in the T11 category. An eye covering of choice. First to go through to the final. The next two fastest to advance to the final. Women's 400-meter T11, semi-final 1. Away and racing, and a very quick start by Chateau in lane 3 for Namibia. Already chasing down Salcedo Rodriguez, Colombia in lane 5. As they go down the back straight, it's with Ishitili, who was fastest in qualification for this semi-final. Each in time with their guides. Also out in lane 7, he of China starting to eat into that early lead built up by Ishitili, who's just starting to tire as they turn into the home straight. And the strength of he out in lane 7 sets a personal best to get to this stage, but all of a sudden Ishitili has found more and has pulled out an extra 2 or 3 meters, and Ishitili will go through to the final. 57.74, a quick time as well. He of China will have to wait to see if they're one of the fastest to go through along with the winners. But Ishitili, it was just a question mark at around about 150 meters whether she went off too quick. But it turns out there was plenty in reserve.
There truly was, and it was great to see how she was able to take that win there in, around 57, which is what she won in the first qualifying, and she was able to do that in the semi as well. So can we see some lightning quick time tomorrow? We will just have to wait and see.
Sim Shamanda, the guide, with Ishitili, went off very quickly. It could have been the plan to go off pretty quickly and build up a lead, take that breather at around 200, and then save something for the home straight.
What's interesting about their setup, I suppose, Pete, is that the guide's running on the inside, so the athlete's running just that little bit further. But that obviously suits their setup. And the athlete must cross first, so the guide's very careful just to ease up at the line. The athlete across the line before the guide.
Comfortable in the end for Ishitili, but also the guide will let the athlete know how far clear they are as well. So not only having to stay with the athletes, guide in terms of lane, but also in terms of distance. And it was a perfect combination. Ishitili will go through to the final. 57.74, a quick time as well. He, another personal best. That's now 2 for he. 58.82. That's going to be a pretty quick time. May well be good enough to advance to the final.
Action continues in the T11 long jump, and Di Dong Dong, who's led it from the start with a 6.63, is close to the world record of 6.73, owned by Lex Gillette of the United States. Di Dong Dong, he's put a huge jump together. He absolutely flew. Been knocking on the door of 670 plus. Great technique.
He really does get some really good height through that pit as well. You can see as he's landing.
Great height, good speed, great lift, and it must be a great result. And it is a new world record, 685. They're tumbling tonight, the records. And by 12 centimetres, he beats the old mark of Lex Gillette and takes a commanding lead in the T11 long jump.
Et du côté du lancer du poids, catégorie F55 hommes, il est en train de terminer son installation pour la République islamique d'Iran, Ahmed Amiri, le meilleur performeur mondial de la saison, avec une performance enregistrée à 12 mètres 43. Il va bientôt réaliser son premier essai.
Second semi-final of the women's 400 meters. T11 classification. Once again, that's the vision impairment classification. And again, 4 athletes, including Liu of China in lane 3, who is the reigning 2-time Paralympic champion. We're looking to qualify with no issues here in this second semi-final.
Semi-final 2 of the women's 400 meters T11.
Athletes with their guides waiting to be introduced to this capacity crowd in the Stade de France, who are thoroughly enjoying this session of Paralympic athletics.
Au couloir 7, la médaillée de bronze des championnats du monde de Dubaï en 2019 pour la Thaïlande.
Competing in her second Paralympic Games representing Thailand.
Sonipon Tanamvong, guidé par Chaiwat Tongjamun.
Sonipon Tanawong of Thailand in lane 7.
Médaille d'argent des Jeux paralympiques de Tokyo, championne du monde en titre pour le Brésil.
Paralympic silver medalist from Brazil.
Thalita Vitória Simplicio da Silva.
Da Silva of Brazil, silver medalist in Tokyo.
Au couloir 3, le champion paralympique de Rio et de Tokyo, détenteur du record du monde.
4-time Paralympic champion from the People's Republic of China.
Liu Quiking.
Liu Quiking looking to make it 3 Paralympic gold medals in 3 games.
Dernier championnat du monde sur 200 mètres pour l'Angola.
3-time Paralympic finalist from Angola.
Juliana Nenguela Moko, guidée par Abrao Abreu Sapali.
Juliana Moko of Angola in lane 1.
Finale du 400 mètres femmes T11.
Semi-final 2 of the women's 400 meters T11.
Je vous rappelle que la première sera directement qualifiée pour la finale ainsi que les 2 meilleurs temps.
Moko set a season's best in the heats. We'll need more here. Paralympic champion Liu in lane 3. And Simplicio da Silva of Brazil in lane 5. They do set a standard which Tanawong and Moko will aim to get near. Time of 58.82 from heat 1. That is the next fastest they'll be aiming for. Winner guaranteed a place in the final. The next 2 fastest advance.
Stand up, please. Stand up.
Just a little bit of noise inside the stadium. Starter not quite happy. And a little bit of experience there from Liu and her guide, just keeping loose and taking a few steps, around 10 meters or so. Chen Shengming, her guide. in terms of times, there's a near 4-second gap. A yellow card being given, a warning here to Da Silva. They will know that there is quite the margin between Da Silva, Liu and the rest. Cannot afford to make any errors. And that includes pre-race as well. Second semi-final, remember, of the women's 400-meter T11. Only the winner guaranteed to go through. The next fastest time, 58.82 from heat 1. Two-time Paralympic champion Liu in lane 3. And away this time, and very quickly into stride, Liu of China, two-time Paralympic champion, running down Da Silva, who's gone off very steadily in lane 5. Out wide in lane 7, Tian Wong, and also Moko in lane 1 of Angola. They'll be running their own race, and we'll see what they can do in the home straights. So the reigning and two-time Paralympic champion, silver medalist in the recent World Championships, turns into the home straight with an advantage of around 5 meters. Finishing quickly is Da Silva on her outside in lane 5, very quickly indeed. Remember, only the winner guaranteed to go through to the final. And here comes Da Silva, who will qualify. Eyes on the clock when it comes to next fastest time. And a very tired Liu crosses the line in second, Moko in third. 58.57 is the winning time. And the two-time Paralympic champion is in a spot of bother here.
I would say so as well, a slight spot. That was a bit unpredicted. But it's great to see the Brazilian come through and take that win. I would definitely say it was probably a lot more controlled race. The Chinese athlete did take it out quite hard, especially down the back straight into the turn, and then coming into the home straight where she tied up. So that was an opportunity for the Brazilian to take that win, and she does so. So we'll be looking forward to seeing her in the final.
Well, looking at the times coming through, qualifying by winning is Da Silva. There's Moko, who's ran a new personal best. But the two-time Paralympic champion, Liu, I mentioned, might be in danger of missing out here. Let's see this once again. Went off very quickly in lane 3. She's ran a minute 0.13. And I think she's maybe missed out here on the final. Very strong finish from Da Silva. Very tight as Liu crosses the line just in front of her guide.
Just those last 40, 30 meters, I would say, she started to just kind of pick up speed, then accelerate and get that win. She heads towards the finish line, so it was great for her to see. So it's going to be a battle between her and the Namibian athlete in that final.
And the two who finished second and third in the first of those semi-finals, he and also Salcedo Rodriguez, will qualify. So the two-time Paralympic champion Liu of China is out in the semi-finals, but the Brazilian goes through. Da Silva, very good performance, 58.56, and she qualifies and will be in with a chance in that final, certainly of a medal, and it could well be another Brazilian gold. There's confirmation. Chitili will qualify as the fastest qualifier, 57.74. He of China, a brilliant performance in Semi-final number 1, that personal best. And there's Salcedo Rodriguez of Colombia qualifying 4th fastest. A fascinating final awaits us.
Well, this fabulous crowd at the Stade de France being treated to a marvellous second session of Paralympic track and field. Para-athletics being introduced to Paris for the first time. Hosted World Championships, but Paralympics, a whole new thing.
Du côté de la massue F32, il y a eu aussi du changement. Parastou Abili a pris la 3e place avec.
Thankfully, the rain still keeping away. We're looking at men's shot put F55. And Nebojša Đurić of Serbia. 6th in Tokyo, 5th in Rio. .11.98 is a season best for Nebojša Đurić, 36-year-old. This event with Rusdi of Bulgaria. 11.98 has put Đurić into the lead for the moment. From Stoltman and Musayev, Poland and Azerbaijan. The field awaiting the arrival of Rusdi. Who can send it out past 12.5 metres on his day. Back to the T11 long jump. And Maxim Shavrikov. Has a personal best of 6:43. A new world record set in this event of 6:85 from Di Dongdong. Crowd falls silent for Shavrikov. Well, unfortunately, a bit of a din setting up in the crowd as he was halfway down the runway, and he may have felt that it wasn't the moment to continue. So Shavrikov is back to the top of his mark. See if he's allowed to reset. There was a clock ticking there. It stopped at 29 seconds, so he'll be allowed to resume.
Чуть-чуть правее. Левее. Хорошо. 10-9.
Well, he's made a good jump, but he was well short of the takeoff area And so it will be measured from the back of the takeoff area. Just a stride short. He's given up some valuable centimetres there. Jumps of 5:14, 5:01, 5:93. So he can do better than that. That was a 5:79, and goodness, he could have got over 6 metres, I think, if he'd just taken off from the legal area. So that new world mark of 6:85 continues to lead the T11 long jump.
Place à la finale du 200 mètres T37 femmes.
Time for the final of the women's T37 200 metres.
Women's 200 metre T37 final. And we have the gold, silver and bronze medal winners from Tokyo here, fighting out for medals again.
Asian Paralympic Games bronze medalist from Thailand.
Arawan Chipayen of Thailand, 7th in Tokyo, in lane 1.
Finaliste des Jeux Paralympiques de Tokyo pour les États-Unis d'Amérique.
Paralympic silver medalist over 100 metres, representing the United States of America.
Janine Roberts.
Janine Roberts of the United States trains with Taylor Swanson in Spokane, Washington.
Finaliste des Jeux Paralympiques de Tokyo, athlète paralympique neutre.
World Championship silver medalist, neutral Paralympic athlete.
Victoria Slanova.
Victoria Slanova was 7th in Tokyo in the sprints.
4e des derniers champions du monde de Kobe pour l'Afrique du Sud.
Paralympic bronze medalist from South Africa.
Cheryl James.
Cheryl James, South Africa, 38 years old, 4th in Tokyo, bronze medalist in the 400 from Pretoria.
Médaille de bronze des derniers Jeux Paralympiques de Tokyo.
Here comes Didi Mandy Francois Elie of France, bronze medalist in Tokyo, and with 70,000 behind her in Paris.
Vice-championne paralympique à Tokyo pour la République populaire de Chine.
Paralympic silver medalist from the People's Republic of China.
Zhang Fenfen of China, silver in Tokyo, recent bronze medalist in the World Championships in Kobe.
Vice-championne du monde à Kobe en 2024 pour les États-Unis d'Amérique.
Two-time World Championship silver medalist from the United States of America.
Taylor Swanson.
Taylor Swanson, United States, training partner as Roberts, sprint double winner in Kobe. A big danger on Paralympic debut.
Championne paralympique en titre pour la République populaire de Chine.
Three-time Paralympic champion for the People's Republic of China.
Wen Xiaoyang.
Wen Zhang of China, defending champion, world champion as well, broke the world record this year and winning gold in Kobe.
Les Jeux Paralympiques de Tokyo pour l'Ukraine.
Paralympic silver medalist over 400 meters from Ukraine.
Natalia Kobzar.
Natalia Kobzar of Ukraine, former world champion back in London 2017, was 5th in Tokyo, and she's on the outside of the Paralympic champion Wen. Plenty of Ukrainian support in the crowd. A huge French contingent, obviously all around the stadium. Very loud section just by the 200-meter start, chanting for Francois Elie. Kobzar in 9. When defending champion, world record holder, world champion. Keep an eye out for lane 7, Taylor Swanson. Sprint double silver in Kobe. Silver medalist in Tokyo, Zhang. Huge roar for Francois Elie. Roberts, USA. Jim Pahen on the inside.
La finale du 200 mètres, catégorie T37 femmes.
The final of the women's T37 200 meters.
Huge cheer for Francois Elie, ringing around the Stade de France. There's the world record from when set this year in the World Championships in Kobe. She is the Paralympic world champion and world record holder. She's in lane 8 for China. All 3 medalists from Tokyo are here, along with plenty who will be looking to win a medal in this power-packed women's 200-meter T37 final here in Paris. Well, it was Francois Elie who stood up in lane 5.
Attention au départ de ce 200 mètres catégorie T37. Les athlètes se sont relevés. Elles vont maintenant se replacer derrière leur starting block sous les ordres des starters, carte ouverte pour l'ensemble des athlètes.
Green card shown. So it will be a brand new start. The excitement levels in this stadium just causing a few jitters in the athletes. Francois Elie just soaking up the atmosphere now, trying to use it for her advantage. Bronze medal from Tokyo. Looking to medal once again here at her home Paralympics. But this is a very, very strong field. Women's 200-meter T37 final. And they're away this time, and it's a quick start by Wen, the defending champion, in lane 8. And it's also a quick start once into stride for Francois Elie, the home hero, in lane 5. But it's Wen leading the way into the home straight in lane 8 and leading by a full 10 metres. On her inside, it's Yang of China for a China 1-2. Flying late on, Kobzar in lane 9. But Wen will win the Paralympic Paralympic Games again. Oh, there's a faller in lane 7. Wen wins again. A double Paralympic champion. A faller in lane 7, Swanson.
Dans les tout derniers mètres, on va bien sûr attendre les résultats officiels sur le tableau principal.
Swanson gets to her feet. Wen's the champion again. And it's a Paralympic record as well for Wen. 25.86. Kobzar in lane 9. Very, very quick late on. 27.43, a season's best. And Zhang silver in Tokyo. It's bronze here, 27.55. Roberts in fourth for the USA, but it's Wen, who's a two-time 200-meter T37 Paralympic champion.
To add to that fabulous world record that she did early on this year, incredible. So that's gold, and it's also bronze for China. And the silver goes to Natalia Kozlova, who also ran a fantastic run there, and a season's best of 27.43.
See they start once again. Wen got away very quickly in lane 8, and as they turned into the home straight, was a full 10 meters clear. Roberts was going well in lane 2 for the United States. Just tiring there was Taylor Swanson. And as she crossed the line, Wen, she was the only person on screen. Kobazar's in lane 9. Must have been 6th or 7th as they turn into the home straight.
Ask the question, when will she be beaten, but not tonight. That's the point about athletes in this classification with their coordination impairments. It's not unusual to see an athlete towards the end of a race kind of seize up and lose that coordination, and as happened to Taylor Swanson, and she's had that fall just within meters of the finish line.
Ukrainian flag being flown. Kobzar, a season's best with a silver medal, 27.43, but when a Paralympic record, 25.86, and that's now 15 gold medals in Paralympic and World Championships for Wen. Zhang, silver last time, will get the bronze to make it a 1-3 for China, but Wen is our champion.
To have the first of our victory ceremonies this evening. Comes from an event from earlier in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's discus throw, F55.
So the women's discus F55 victory ceremony.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Dr. Bob Price, membre de l'Ordre paralympique.
member of the Paralympic Order.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Madame Sarah Ouramoun, membre du conseil d'administration Paris 2024.
member of the Paris 2024 Board of Directors.
Médaillée de bronze, représentante du Mexique.
Bronze medalist representing Mexico, Rosa Maria Guerrero-Cazares.
Rosa Maria Guerrero-Cazares, a 25.81 throw in the F55 final. Season best, a little shy of a personal best of 27.17, but bronze for Mexico.
Médaillée d'argent et représentante de la République populaire de Chine.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Dong Feizia.
Dong Feizia, the 35-year-old, saved her best throw till round 6 at 26.67, which is an area record. And just 3 centimetres short of victory.
Championne paralympique, représentante de la Colombie.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Colombia, Maria Castano-Salazar.
And the 38-year-old threw 26.70, very close to a personal best in the second round. Got quite the fright when Dong did 26.67 in the 6th round, but 26.70 held on, and gold it is to Castano-Salazar.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la Colombie.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of Colombia. Gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
So gold to Colombia, silver to China, bronze to Mexico in the women's discus F55 from earlier today. And back to the long jump, T11, Chen Shichang. Waiting for some quiet in the stadium. Sitting in second position, his best of a 6:37. Almost 50 centimetres behind the new world mark set by teammate Di Dong Dong of 6:85. That's good. Found the absolute middle of the takeoff area. Maybe not quite generating the height of Di Dong Dong on his world record leap. Just slightly offline, but incredible really. Brilliant teamwork with his guide. And a 6.50 to make it his best jump and consolidating the silver medal position. So 6.85 achieved by Di on his third attempt. This is round 4. We may be coming back to that as we go back to the track and a victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 100 meters T35.
Accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Madame Cindy Hook, directrice générale du comité d'organisation des Jeux Olympiques et Paralympiques de Brisbane 2032.
Chief Executive Officer of the Brisbane 2032 Olympic and Paralympic Games Organising Committee.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
le docteur Bob Price, membre de l'ordre paralympique.
a member of the Paralympic Order.
Médaille de bronze représentant l'Inde.
Bronze medalist representing India, Preeti Pal.
Bronze medalist from India, Preeti Pal. Won bronze in Kobe in the World Championships. She matches that here in Paris in the Paralympic Games with another bronze.
Médaille d'argent représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Silver medalist representing the People's Republic of China, Guo Qianqian.
Guo Qianqian of China, silver medal, personal best. 13.74. Again, the world silver medalist becomes the Paralympic silver medalist.
Médaille d'or et championne paralympique représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing the People's Republic of China, Zhou Jia.
Zhou Jia, the women's 100-meter T35 Paralympic champion for the third time. Gold in Rio, gold in Tokyo, and now gold in Paris.
pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la République populaire de Chine.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of People's Republic of China.
Messieurs, les médaillés paralympiques.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Gold and silver for China and a bronze for India. Zhu, the three-time Paralympic champion.
Retour sur la longueur homme T11, qui tentant le nouveau recordman du monde, 6,85 m. C'est à son tour. On va demander le silence.
Women's 400-meter T47. First three in each heat to go through, and the next two fastest will advance to the final. Amanda Yara da Silva, two-time world champion in this first.
Round one of the women's T47 400 meters.
Les trois premières seront directement qualifiées pour la finale et les deux meilleurs temps. Au couloir 8 pour le Japon, Chushi Shai.
Sai Zhuji of Japan in lane 8, bronze medalist in Rio.
Au couloir 6, championne du monde en titre pour le Brésil.
Back-to-back world champion for Brazil.
Fernanda Yara da Silva.
Da Silva, two-time world champion, lane 6.
Couloir 5 pour la Guinée, Kadiatou Bangura.
Gora Guinea in 5.
Au couloir 4, la championne paralympique de Rio 2016 pour la République populaire de Chine.
2016 Paralympic champion from the People's Republic of China.
Li Lu, gold medalist from Rio, lane 4 for China.
Au couloir 3, la médaillée de bronze des derniers Jeux paralympiques, athlète paralympique neutre.
2020 bronze medalist from Tokyo, representing youthful Paralympic athletes.
Anastasia Soloveva.
Anastasia Solovena.
Au couloir 2 pour la Hongrie, Petra Luteran.
Petra Lutran.
400 mètres femmes, T47.
Heat one of the women's T47 400 meters.
So heat 1. Once again, the first three in each heat will go through to the final, and the next two fastest. Leading two-time world champion Da Silva in lane 6. Bronze medalist from Tokyo, Soloveva in lane 3. Silva set a new personal best to get to this semi-final. Women's 400-meter T47. Round 1.
Set.
Away and racing first time, and a very quick start from Da Silva.
400 meters, the first three across the line.
Already leading by 2 or 3 meters. Also, Li Lu, the former Paralympic champion from Rio, made up plenty of ground as they enter the final 200. But at the moment, lane 6 Da Silva leading by a good 4 or 5 meters. Gizo coming through along with Suji as well, who's overtaken around the bend out in lane 8. But as they enter the 100, Soloviva using the stamina that won bronze in Tokyo to come through into second. But it's the reigning 2-time world champion Fernanda Yara da Silva who's going to win this round and win handsomely. Lutran coming through into second, and in third will be Soloviva. No doubt about the winner. Again, personal best to get through to the semi-final. And Fernanda Yara da Silva of Brazil, 57.56. She's gone low again. Petra Lutran of Hungary in second, and qualifying Anastasia Soloviva. Those 3 will go through automatically.
Great run by the Brazilian there. Current world champion in this event. Finishing 8th in the last Paralympic Games. So I'm sure she'd want to make up for that performance and come away with an opportunity to win that gold medal. Lutheran pipping Soloviva at the line to get that second automatic spot. And then Soloviva finishes off with third.
See the start once again from Da Silva. Got away very quickly. In the home straight was clear. On the inside, Lutran has made up a full 10 meters on Soloviva. Those 2 will qualify. Soloviva had done enough, and maybe has taken it slightly easy inside the final 50. And they were comfortably clear of the rest. Some well-judged 400 meters.
I would say so, Pete.
Silva will take some stopping in the final in this form. Easing down and qualifies in imperious fashion. It's been a good session for Brazil. Confirmation of Da Silva, 57.56. Lutran and Soloviva, they go through automatically. And Japanese athlete Suji there with a minute 19. That'll be the time for round 2 that they'll be aiming for. Remember, 2 fastest, next fastest will go through. Huge crowd inside the Stade de France enjoying this session. Para-athletics at the 2024 Paris Paralympic Games. The rain has long stopped. And round 1 of the women's 400 meters T47 naturally leads on to round 2. Athletes told to go back to their blocks. Heat 2 of the women's 400-meter T47. Featuring Vera Andrade, the silver medalist from Tokyo. The Venezuelan will be in lane 6, won sprint double gold in Tokyo, the 100 and 200, the sprint double. Just failed to make it 3 with the 400, and she'll be well fancied, I'm sure, by many to go one better here in Paris. She'll need to qualify first. Athletes patiently waiting. To be introduced to this large crowd. A sellout at the Stade de France.
Deuxième série du 400 mètres femmes T47. Au couloir 8, pour le Brésil, Maria Clara Augusto da Silva.
Augusto da Silva in lane 8. Paralympic debut, 5th in Kobe in the World Championships.
Au couloir 7, 4e des championnats du monde de Paris en 2023 pour le Canada.
With a personal best of 57.997 this season, representing Canada.
Amanda Rumere of Canada. A room in lane 7.
L'argent des Jeux Paralympiques de Tokyo, championne du monde entier pour le Venezuela.
Two-time Paralympic champion, representing Venezuela.
Vera Andrade, well fancied to win gold here. Andy Serna of Chile in lane 5. Teresita Briozzi from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Yule Ross of Germany, only 18 years old, Paralympic debut, was 4th in Kobe in the World Championships.
Heat 2 of the T47 women's 100 meters.
Silver medalist from Tokyo, Vera Andrade in lane 6. There's Yuli Ross, 18 years old, 4th in Kobe, setting a personal best. Can the teenager get through to the Paralympic final? She could gate crash the medals, possibly. First 3 to go through automatically. Away and racing first time, Vera Andrade in lane 6, very quickly onto the shoulder of Amanda Rumere, Canada, on her outside in lane 7. And they've just entered the back straight, and she's alongside and past. So leading Vera Andrade, going quite nicely. Yuli Ross on the inside, the teenager from Germany in lane 3. Keeping her form out wide, Augusto da Silva of Brazil as well. As they turn into the home straight for the final 100. It will be Vera Andrade in lane 6. Augusto da Silva is keeping the silver medalist from Tokyo very honest. And coming through is Amanda Rumere as well. And these 3 are clear, 3 to go through automatically. Vera Andrade will qualify as the winner of this second semi-final. Easing down on the line, Augusto da Silva. And Amanda Rumere will be delighted with that, coming through to possibly second place, but those 3 will qualify on her Paralympic debut. 58.22 for Vera Andrade. 59.24 for Amanda Romeri, who came through. A-Room will be in the final. And then in third was Augusto da Silva, who tired slightly, but Vera Andrade winning that second semi-final, and it looked like winning the second semi-final with plenty in reserve.
Much so in reserve, yes. She won silver last time in Tokyo in this event. So she'll be wanting to go out there into the final and get that win. And as you can see from the start of the race, she powered out. She was super strong. Great down the back straight, and as they turned and came into the home straight, she pretty much knew she was ahead. You can see her there looking at the screen. So there was very little work to do where she needed to tie it up too much. Didn't have many athletes coming close to her, and she just finished nice and strongly to get that automatic spot into the final. And Amanda Romeri from Canada also doing well to finish second. And then the Brazilian, Augusto da Silva, took third as well. So it's going to be a great final. Really, really looking forward to it.
Just on the far side in lane 3, we mentioned the 18-year-old from Germany, Jule Ross. She will qualify.
Time to meet the athletes for the final of the men's shot put F37.
Confirmation of Vera Andrade winning, and the top 3 were clear, but Jule Ross, the 18-year-old, will go through as one of the 2 fastest away from the front 3 in 101.08. The 18-year-old will be in the Paralympic final. And there's confirmation of the final lineup. 1 extra qualifier then from each of the 2 semi-finals, Tsu and also Ross. Fernanda Yara da Silva qualifies fastest.
Another chance to catch up with what's going on in the T11 men's long jump. And Yitao, third of the Chinese athletes in this event, behind Di Dongdong and Chen Shichang. And Yitao looking to displace Muna Martinez of Spain from the bronze medal position. Try to make it a 1-2-3 for China. Needs better than 6:16 to do it. Oh, he's just got a fair jump away. .616 to beat, and 6:17 he's into third, this being the 5th round. And into a headwind. So it is 6:85 to 6:50 to 6:17, and Muna Martinez need to find something in the last round, get back into the medals.
2020 Paralympic silver medalist from Tunisia.
Yitao capable of something closer to 6:50, so he's got a bit in reserve if he can produce his best jump. At the moment he is in that bronze medal position by 1 centimetre. Back to Chen Shichang as they go in reverse order through these final attempts at the T11 long jump. He's sitting in silver medal position. A 6:50 is his best. That was in the previous round. Assistant will line him up at this end of the runway. And jogs down to position near the takeoff area. Chen with a career best of 6:62. Oh, he's lost his line there and wisely pulled out of the jump. Courting danger to take off away from the pit. And a wise decision, but no jump. Anyway, 6:50, he's still comfortably in second position. Take a mighty leap in the last round to threaten Di Dong Dong, who's established this new world mark of 6:85.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs du 400 mètres masculin T52.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 400 meters T52.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Son Altesse Royale Princesse Astrid de Belgique,
Her Royal Highness Princess Astrid of Belgium,
Her Royal Highness Princess Astrid of Belgium. Representing the medals.
accompagnée par
accompanied by
Madame Lynn Koudenis, membre de l'Ordre paralympique.
member of the Paralympic Order,
Alongside Miss Lean Courdenay.
Médaillé de bronze représentant du Japon.
bronze medalist representing Japan, Ito Tomoya.
The evergreen Ito Tomoya. 61 years old. And bronze medalist in Paris.
Médaillé d'argent représentant du Japon.
Silver medalist representing Japan, Sato Tomoki.
Tomoki Sato then of Japan. Couldn't live with the pace of Caraban. A brilliant performance for his silver medal. Paralympic champion from Tokyo. Silver medal winner in Paris.
Médaillé d'or et champion paralympique représentant la Belgique.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Belgium, Maxime Caravan.
Maxime Caraban is the Paralympic champion. Belgian royalty gives a gold medal to para-athletics royalty. Maxime Caraban, the world record holder, two-time world champion, is now a Paralympic champion, the 23-year-old. Could well be the first of many for the Belgian star.
de la Belgique.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can please stand for the anthem of Belgium.
Not sure who looks prouder, Her Royal Highness or our winner, Maxime Carabin. She's absolutely delighted to be here with the honour of presenting. And yes, you said, Peter, he looks to have an amazing future in the sport.
The traditional biting of the medal. Superb final, and yes, Caravan certainly picking up more medals as we go through Paralympic years to come. But for now, one of the red-hot favourites in this session collects his gold, and we have further medals to award.
Back to the long jump, though. And that's a good leap. Di Dong Dong patiently waited for the victory ceremony. Right in the centre of the runway. He's jumping confidently and with some distance and height. A double hitch. Remember, he's already banked a world record of 6.85 in round 3 and a 6.59. China with a chance in this long jump for gold, silver and bronze. I see that Yi Tao has just edged out Martinez of Spain with that 6.17 to 6.16. That was in the previous round. One round to come.
His best 6.85 in the third round.
Di Dong Dong might have the luxury of not having to jump in the last round. You can wait and see what happens ahead of him.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs du 100 mètres masculin T37.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 100 meters T37.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
le baron Pierre-Olivier Becker-Vieux-Jean, membre du comité international olympique.
a member of the International Olympic Committee.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Monsieur Zatorste Pakatiari, maire de Neuilly-sur-Marne.
Mayor of Neuilly-sur-Marne.
Sarkosti Bakhtari, who is mayor of Nully-sur-Marne.
Athlète paralympique neutre.
Bronze medalist, neutral Paralympic athlete, Andrei Budovin.
Nully-sur-Marne is to the east of Paris. Bronze medal for Andrei Budovin. The men's 100-meter T37. To add to his silver from Tokyo.
Médaillé d'argent représentant l'Indonésie.
Silver medalist representing Indonesia, Saptayogo Purnomo.
Saptayogo Purnomo of Indonesia, a silver medal. A stunning run. Equal personal best and a fully deserved silver medal for the lightning quick Purnomo.
Médaillé d'or et championne paralympique représentant le Brésil.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Brazil, Ricardo Gomes de Mendonça.
An emotional Ricardo Gomes de Mendonça is the Paralympic champion. A stunning performance in a race that will live long in the memory for all of the 70,000 here inside the Stade de France and for those watching around the world. That's what it means to be Paralympic champion.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne du Brésil.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Well, Ricardo, I think, overcome by the support of this huge crowd. They're so generous, so big-hearted, so appreciative.
Pure emotion shown by Ricardo, but it was a brilliant final.
Rushdie, the Bulgarian favourite, in the shot put. F55. He's the world record holder. Needing to beat an 11.98 to overtake Nebojša Đurić of Serbia. This event's been unfolding for a couple of hours nearly. Rushdie towards the bottom of the field. He's had to wait a long time to throw out a 12.40 and seize the lead by 42 centimetres. And it'll take some beating. There's still a couple of competitors to go, but Rushdie, the hottest of favourites, and is living up to that expectation. So Đurić of Serbia in silver medal position at the moment, and Stoltman of Poland in the F55 men's shot put. As we go back to the track.
Huge crowd inside the Stade de France. No one is going anywhere because we have the men's 5,000 meters T54. We have two heats. First 5 in each heat to go through to the final. My word, we have some names on show here. Of China will be on the outside in this first heat.
Place au tour préliminaire du 5000 mètres catégorie T54 hommes.
Round 1 of the men's T54 5,000 meters.
Représentant la République populaire de Chine,
Ma Zhu, Paralympic debut.
Pour l'Australie, Samuel Rizzo.
Samuel Rizzo, Australia, 8th in Kobe.
Troisième des derniers Jeux paralympiques, représentant la Thaïlande.
Two-time Paralympic bronze medalist representing Thailand.
Pultaret Kongrat of Thailand, bronze medalist from Tokyo. Brent Lakatos of Canada, silver medalist from Tokyo.
Recordman du monde en titre pour la Suisse.
World Paralympic record holder representing Switzerland.
Marcel Hug, the silver bullet, is in the house. Ryan Seaman of the United States.
2023 World Championships bronze medalist from Great Britain.
Daniel Sidbury of Great Britain will be on the inside.
Du tour préliminaire du 5000 mètres homme T54.
Heat 1 of the men's T54 5,000 meters.
Heat 1 of the men's 5,000 meters T54, and we are away and racing. 7 in this first heat, the first 5 to go through to the final. Leading early is Dan Sidbury of Great Britain, resides actually over in Spain. Marcel Hug settling in 3rd place. You can see the silver helmet set in the lineup. He's the silver bullet. If you're new to T54 Para Athletics, Marcel Hug won 4 gold medals in Tokyo, the 800, 1500, the 5,000 and the marathon. The silver bullet, he's got the silver helmet on, given to him as a child, and well, he's kept it. It makes him stand out. And so it should as well. The world record holder Marcel Hug trains over in Knotteville in Switzerland, a place I know well myself. A very, very quick track, one of the quickest tracks in the world. at the Swiss Paraplegic Centre. There's no better place to do your training. And there's no more familiar sight in para-athletics than having that silver bullet out in front, leading the way, regardless of the distance. So Marcel Hugh, as they go around once again. Plenty of field events taking place. Crowd fall in silence. They will take it in turns to lead here. Marcel Hugh, see, just dropping back into the pack. That's nothing to worry about. Gives us a chance to introduce all these athletes. Correct, Conrad, bronze medalist in Tokyo. Also bronze behind Marcel in the 1500. Was 5th in Paris. Behind him is Dan Sidbury. There was a part of the Grand Prix circuit this year. It's an amazing race in Dubai. And that's where Marcel Hugh set the world record in February. In very similar conditions, there was a tremendous rainstorm. It cleared away, and Marcel Hugh in 9:13.81 set the world record, but just behind him was the likes of Dan Sidbury. Also David Weir, who we'll see in the next as well, the legendary British athlete. David Weir, even at the stage of his career, still quick. That's all to come in the second of the heats. Still in single file, 9 laps to go. But Dan Sidbury, over Almeria, Spain, it's where he trains, but also it's where he has resided since he was a child. He's bronze in Paris in the World Championships in this very stadium. That was last year. You had the Kobe Championships this year, 2 World Championships in back-to-back years. He's going to make way for a new leader and will drop back. Just a bit of a gap developing. Pretty sure that Daniel will make up that gap between Marcel and the rest. The gap develops though to a full 15 metres. It's been spotted by Samuel Rizzo from Australia, who's now moved into 3rd place. Just a reminder, the first 5 will go through from these 7. So even though there is a large gap developing, if you were back in that pack, you would still be confident with, at the moment, 3 places, but they could well come back. Brent Lakatos, at the moment, living on the back wheel of Marcel Hugh, silver medalist from Tokyo, former Paralympic champion, current champion as well, actually, in the 100 metres. We'll see Lakatos in the 100 metres. Other sessions here in Paris. Fabulous career, Lakatos, the 44-year-old. Stepping up in distance, known as a sprinter. Obviously the Paralympic champion at that 100 metres. He's changing his technique. He's invested plenty of time actually in training. He said there were no guarantees actually, and unsure whether he'll actually be competitive in longer races. And because of the change in technique and training, he was worried actually it would affect his sprints. Well, we're seeing now the efforts of that change in technique. Stepping up in distance to the likes of the 5,000. The marathon, and well, at the moment it's showing on track because these pair have pulled well clear and they are a full 100 metres clear. Now back in the pack again, a reminder, there's 5 who are chasing and 3 of those 5 will go through. So the likes of Sidbury will not be panicking. The front 2 have gone clear, and they are safely clear. There's Marcel just looking on the front end over to where the others are, and I think he might be quite shocked to see them 100 metres away.
A huge jump in the final round for Muna Martinez of Spain, up into third, 6:32 personal best. Chateau, People's Republic of China, will now have a chance to respond and try and get back into the medal positions.
Just leave the track for a moment to catch up with the closing stages of the T11 long jump. Martinez had pushed out of the bronze medal position in the last round. Needs better than 6:17 to get back into third spot. Good height, good drive. And maybe a good result here for Joan Muna Martinez. And in the background, the coach is lifting his leg and arm in anticipation of a good jump from their man, Muna Martinez. Looking to deny China a 1-2-3 to get past Chateau. And he's jumped 6:32. And he's guaranteed a medal. And a personal best. Well done him. Last round, pulls out his best jump ever. And looks to be a bronze medal.
Back to the 5,000 metres, T54. First semi-final. 7 are on the track, 5 will go through. And we see Marcel Hugh, the defending champion, along with Brent Lakatos of Canada. 3 laps to go, but there's 2 races here. You have those 2 clear. Hugh and Lakatos, they're safely through. They are 200 metres, maybe more, clear of the rest. And you can see that 4 have broken clear from Dan Sidbury. So it could well be 3 from 4. And then you have the race up top as well. Lakatos, I'm sure, will want to lay down a marker here on the great Marcel Hugh. Dan Sidbury, the gap between himself and the pack was a full 20 metres, I'd say. He started to reel them in as well. Remember his time of 9:13.92 was just behind Marcel Hugh, just over a 1/10 of a second from world record. So he's got back alongside the others at the rear of those 5. So Sidbury just using his experience, the 30-year-old, knowing his own speed, not panicking, knowing that there's 2 races here. He's not worried about the front pair. They've really slowed up these 5. And Sidbury will know who's in front. Just give a good chance for 1 or 2 here in this pack to maybe go through. Ryan Seaman. Conrad will be looking to go through. Samuel Rizzo needs to pick out in the green and gold as we see and hear the bell, which signifies the final lap for Marcel Hugh and Brent Lakatos. They are clear, and they will be going through. Time past 10 minutes, so we'll have to wait for the final for fireworks regarding times. But we have 2 races here, in effect, and we're going to enjoy the final 400 metres of the second of those races as Dan Sidbury just pulls off the track. Here comes Marcel Hugh and Brent Lakatos. They will qualify. They're having their own little race. Marcel hangs on. Doesn't matter, they're both going through. They'll have a chat and a laugh about that, I'm sure. But we now have a race on to see who qualifies. 2 have gone through. Dan Sidbury has pulled off the track, unfortunately. And now it will be 3 from these 4. Conrad in front. Samuel Rizzo, Australia, in the gold. Mao of China with the white helmets. And at the rear, Brian Seaman of the United States, who's pulled wide into the home straight. Here comes Seaman trying to get past Samuel Rizzo for that third of these four and will go through to the final. So missing out on the final will be Dan Sidbury and Samuel Rizzo. But Marcel Hugh, as we thought, will go through. But a season's best from Brant Lakatos, and Brent, has he just put a little bit of a question mark in the mind of Marcel? There they are. I'm sure they've had a big conversation afterwards and a fist bump as well. They've raced against each other on many, many occasions, but the silver bullet, the four-time Paralympic champion from Tokyo, is through safely. 2 races in 1. We were blessed in this first of the 5,000 meters semi-finals. Where Dan Sidbury started to go backwards. He's in 3rd place here. Doesn't qualify. The front pair pulled clear. They knew they were clear. They had their own little burn up in the home straight for a little bit of pride. And then we had the race. It was 3 from these 4. Ryan Seaman from the rear coming through to deny Rizzo a place in the final. And he'll be delighted to qualify for the final. Great to see. Same again for the final. Confirmation, Marcel Hugh, Brent Lakatos, Conrack, Mar, and then Seaman going through. In the first of those 5,000 meter T54.
Et du côté du lancer de massue, c'est la dernière concurrente qui va s'élancer. Fernandez Marilou Romina, c'est la seule qui pourra peut-être aller défier les 3 premières actuellement de ce concours de massue.
Sen Shishong, People's Republic of China, taking the silver medal. Best jump of 6 meters 50 coming in the 3rd round. No surprise, the Paralympic champion. Di Dong Dong setting a new world record in the 3rd round, 6:85.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous les avez à l'écran. Les athlètes du concours de la longueur. 3e et médaille de bronze pour l'Espagne, Juan Martinez. Il sera 2e avec une médaille d'argent, Chen Shishang, 6,50 m. 6,85 m, nouveau record du monde pour Di Dong Dong, votre nouveau champion paralympique.
Heat 2 of the men's 5,000 meter T54. Two Americans, Romanchuk and Pike. David Weir for Great Britain.
Place à la 2e série du tour préliminaire du 5000 mètres T54. Champion du monde à Kobe en 2024, représentant le Koweït.
2024 World Champion representing Kuwait.
Faisal Al-Raji.
Faisal Al-Raji, Kuwait, World Champion.
6 fois champion paralympique pour la Grande-Bretagne.
6-time Paralympic champion from Great Britain.
David Weir.
There's the werewolf, David Weir.
Pour les États-Unis d'Amérique, Aaron Pike.
Aaron Pike, United States.
Pour la République populaire de Chine, Liu Jingzhong.
Liu Jingzhong of China.
Thaïlande, Seinchon Konjen. pour le champion paralympique du 400 mètres à Tokyo, représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique.
2020 Paralympic champion over 400 meters, representing the United States of America.
Daniel Romanchuk.
Daniel Romanchuk on the inside of Saishon Kongen.
Deuxième série du tour préliminaire du 5000 mètres, catégorie T54. Hop.
The athletes for heat 2 of the T54 men's 5,000 meters.
On your mark.
Away and racing for Heat 2 of the men's at 5,000 metres T54.
So once again, 12.5.
Same rules apply. First 5 will go through. There are only 6 athletes in this second heat.
Comme pour la première série, les
So
5
even I, with my maths,
seront
work out.
Ils sont donc
We'll
6
lose 1 from here.
dans la ligne droite de principal passage au premier 200 mètres. Il reste 12 tours à l'ensemble des participants. Tout va se jouer certainement de manière très stratégique dans cette deuxième série.
Being led out by
Un petit point sur le concours du poids.
the American Daniel Romanchuk, who was 4th in Tokyo.
Pour le 4e essai, celui qui mène avec 15 mètres 60.
Bronze in the marathon.
Le champion du monde en titre, Kudrati Lokon, Marouche Kouyaev.
400 metres in Tokyo. He's 26 years old now. He started a real flurry over the longer distances, which is quite surprising actually, and he's actually the youngest winner of the Boston Marathon, only 20. So the longer distances was always going to be for Romanchuk. I wonder in this the tactics here, with only 1 not going through, so 5 from these 6, it could lend itself to a very slow heat where everybody's just watching everyone else, and it's slightly after you, Claude, when it comes to this second heat. No one wants to do anything too rash, knowing that they could still go through in the final lap flurry. That's what we could have here. Safety first for all of them. In terms of personal bests, from Thailand, Kongen could well be the athlete who fails to make it through. There's Liu of China, Paralympic debut for the 21-year-old. Now, bronze medal winner in Kobe. There's some very, very familiar names in the T54, in the men's T54. And Liu making debut, but what a debut it was in major championships from Shanghai, and picking up that 3rd place, the bronze medal in Kobe, making a real impact, and could be a new generation coming through. And speaking of generations,
Very close to a personal best.
out in front, it's the werewolf, and it's David Weir from Great Britain. Now, I'm very, very reluctant to add the word legendary when it comes to para-athletes, athletes, and anyone, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think legendary really does apply to David Weir. Won 4 gold medals in London, 6-time Paralympic champion, won this event in London 2012. Former world champion this event, 6-time world champion. And well, it's potentially his last Paralympic Games. He said before this event that at his age he wants to give it his all, but potentially, the words of David Weir, this could be his last Paralympics. Now, in terms of his personal best and season's best, he was 2 100ths of a second behind Marcel Hugh in that ultra fast Grand Prix event earlier this year in February in Dubai, just off the world record. So it's still there in the arms of the werewolf. 45 years old now, David Weir. He's done absolutely everything in the sport and more as well. A legacy on and off the track that is well known, not only in the UK but also around the world. Now he is in third place, the unmistakable arms of David Weir. Only 15 metres or so between first and at the moment at the rear, who is Congen, and I'm just slightly conscious of Congen at the rear. He was mid-division and cruising along, but at the rear of the field could be the one possibly to drop off the 41-year-old, who's a 7-time silver medal winner, had a fantastic career, but they're over shorter distances. It's purely about distances with Congen. Silver medal in Kobe, but you're looking at the times between these, he would unfortunately be the one to pick out to possibly miss out here, but see what happens. It's not a quick heat, as I thought it might not be. There's no reason to. Not only do you not want to make a mistake, but also you want to keep something as well. Many of these athletes will be taking part in the marathon, also the 1500, 800 maybe. And of course they've got the final of this event, so they want to keep something in their arms. 6 laps to go. So if ever there was going to be a race at the Paralympic Games for a para-athlete to cruise around, I imagine it would be the 5,000 metres where 5 of the 6 would go through to the final. A bit of impetus now being put in, a little bit of pace being applied. One athlete we've not mentioned so far is Faisal Al-Raji of Kuwait. Paralympic debut, world champion from Kobe, 9:14.02. Just over 2/10 outside of that world record again by Marcel Hugh, and fascinating to see him in the final. Sure he will go through. The pace has just eased up somewhat as well. So there's a little bit of a spurt put on, but that's slowed up dramatically now. And they are cruising here. Now, Annika, do you think that this is just going to turn into a final 400-meter sprints?
No, I think it will be. I don't think they'll need to take it as far as they've done so far. I think, you know, it is the heat, so it is just the first round. And, you know, the likelihood is they've watched the first heat and, you know, seen how slow that was compared to what they could probably do in this first round. So, you know, it should be an easy job for the first 5, right? It's becoming a little bit strategic as we go into the closing stages of the last couple of laps. So it's just looking to see who the first 5 athletes will be. So, yeah, Faisal seems to be doing really well so far. David Weir, like you said, has had an incredible career. So the likelihood is that he'll finish in the top 5 and easily qualify. And then it's down to the rest of the 3 who will finish. So let's see.
Well, the interesting move here is not from the front end, it's from the rear. Now, Daniel Sidbury in the previous heat dropped away from the track, but at the moment I look at Daniel Romanchuk at the rear and I think he's playing a bit of cat and mouse here. I think he's just watching what's going on from 5 meters away from the pack. He's got plenty in his arms. Look how slow they're going. 3 laps to go. This is going to be fascinating here. Romanchuk at the rear. Don't pay any attention to the gap. He's just watching what's happening. And we're seeing tactics that very rarely happen in a T54 5,000 meters. It's more akin to what you would see in the velodrome rather than the track at the moment, waiting for that final sprint. But it happens in races, but not maybe to the extent that we're seeing at the moment. This is a huge exaggeration, and there's smiles on the faces of the athletes. They know what they're doing. It's just a case of at what moment do you think they'll press the button? So Liu leads the way. There's Congen in second. Just pulling out further wide now. David Weir coming through Romanchuk. 2 laps to go. So from the rear, just a bit of pace being put into the race. Al-Raji at the rear. Leading the way is Liu. Congen's in a good position again when it comes to times, which I think he can completely throw out the window. Remember, he's now very proficient in sprints, and it's going to turn into a sprint. So Liu, bronze medal winner from Kobe, the 21-year-old. Well, he's had enough of this, and he's gone for home. So the race is on. 5 from these 6 will qualify. There's the bell. Which 5 will it be? At the rear of the field is where we want to be looking, and Al-Raji, the world champion, is 5 meters away from David Weir. Liu leads, but the race really is to the right of your screen, and Al-Raji is dropping away. This would be a major shock here. The world champion's in trouble. Starting to bridge the gap. There's 5 meters between Congen and Al-Raji, who's coming through. Keep your eye on Al-Raji at the rear. Aaron Pike is in his sights. At the rear of the field, it's Pike versus Al-Raji. On the line, that's close. Very close. I think Al-Raji's got there. I think Aaron Pike in the United States may well have finished at the rear. Well, it turned into a burn-up, and what a strange race to be looking at the rear of the field rather than the front end.
I guess we're so used to seeing what's going on at the front of the race as opposed to the start, but you know, it was a great race by all the athletes. It was just that burn off with the last 600 meters to go to see who would finish in that top 5.
And it's Aaron Pike who does miss out. There's only 2 100ths of a second between himself and Fazal Haraji, so the world champion goes through. David Weir's safely through. But Aaron Pike in his 4th Paralympic Games. Another who's had a brilliant career. Represents the United States in parabiathlon and cross country. Husband of the famous Oksana Masters, for those who like their snow sports. Well, here we go again. Fazal Haraji at the rear. Pike in trouble. He knows he's in trouble as well. Liu on the inside just hangs on as well. I was worried about Congen at the beginning, and he's comfortably finished second. World champion edging closer, bang on the line. Has denied Pike. Well, a fascinating race. Records are fantastic. World records are even better, but a slowly paced out second semi-final of them. Men's 5,000 meters proved a fascinating race. And there's only 2 100ths of a second in being in a Paralympic final.
Two 100ths feels pretty cruel. You know, Pike looked like he was there. But Al-Raji timed his run. My goodness. If the line was 2 meters closer, Pike was in. That's sport.
Confirmation of the finalists then in the men's 5,000 meters. Jürgen Lakatos, they were well clear in times. That will all change in the final. And what a final it will be. The men's T54 delivering once again, but in a slightly different way in qualification.
So we've got shot put action continuing. Maruk Kujayev of Uzbekistan leading it with a 15.65. Ahead of Ben Mosla of Tunisia and Yuldashev of Uzbekistan. So that nation sitting first and third at the moment, and he's pretty pleased with himself. It's Maruk Kujayev and a 16.37. He's sort of edging up towards what looks like could be a winning attempt. He's the 2024 world champion. He threw 15.68 for that, and now 16.37. He thinks he's done enough. So Uzbekistan sitting in gold and bronze medal position. Tunisia's Ben Mosla with a 15.40. Quite a drop back to Sousa de Oliveira of Brazil in fourth with a 14.52. But Maruk Kujayev came in as a warm favourite on the back of his impressive World Championship win. Also won the discus this year at the World Championships. Quite a thrower. And the crowd at the Stade de France just starting to thin out a little. We're getting towards the end of the action. We've got a couple of important victory ceremonies to bring you. Almost in the final round action of the F37 shot put that Maruk Kujayev leads. He's almost a metre in front of second placed Ahmed Ben Mosla, who's thrown a season best and a personal best for Yuldashev in third. The 16.37 for Maruk Kujayev is also a PB.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's 100 metres T47.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Madame Lynn Kounenis, membre de l'Ordre paralympique.
member of the Paralympic Order.
Accompagnée par
Accompanied by
Monsieur Mathieu Gardy, président directeur général et fondateur Hype.
CEO and founder of Hype.
Médaillé de bronze, représentant du Maroc.
Bronze medalist representing Morocco, Ayman El-Hadawi.
Ayman El-Hadawi of Morocco winning a bronze medal in the men's T47 100 metres. Bronze medal in his first major championships. Huge personal bests to get to the final. Did the business in the final.
representing the United States of America, Corbin Best.
Corbin Best of the United States, silver medal winner. Speaking of personal bests, ran a personal best in the final, 10.75. Equaled his personal best when winning the heat, and then went faster in the final. A thoroughly deserved Paralympic silver medal for the 21-year-old.
Médaille d'or et champion paralympique représentant du Brésil.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Brazil, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos.
Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, he knows exactly what to do. And this is all very familiar. A three-time Paralympic champion. Another gold medal to add to his vast collection. A thrilling final. Al Hadoui, Best, and Ferreira dos Santos.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne du Brésil.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of Brazil.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés paralympiques.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Superb pose from the three medalists on the 100-meter T47.
Et c'est la fin pour les lanceuses de massue catégorie F32 femmes avec à la troisième place pour la République islamique d'Iran, Parastou Habibi, médaille d'argent pour Maroua Ibrahimi et la Tunisie. Et enfin, championne paralympique pour la Pologne, Rosa Kozakowska. Rosa Kozakowska qui réalise le nouveau record du monde et
a shot put gold medalist from Bulgaria with a 12.40 in the F55. He was the hottest of favourites, and a modest ringing of the bell. At a moment he won't forget.
Pour ce deuxième concours, nous en sommes actuellement au 6e essai. Et actuellement le leader du concours est toujours...
Strength of the man. It's a good job he took it easy on the bell. A very, very powerful individual.
And Sousa de Oliveira. It's the closing stages of the F37 men's shot put, which looks to be going the way of Markojaev. Uzbekistan thrower with a 16.37 and PB leading. Sousa de Oliveira foul on his last, and not exactly throwing the towel in, but throwing it away in disgust, as he's just going to miss a medal. Ahmed bin Mosla. Now, just don't have a throw in this 6th round for Yuldashev, who ordinarily would be next. Yes, he's just got the order a bit wrong there. So Yuldashev really missed his moment to try and challenge for the silver medal position. He's 16 centimetres behind Ben Mosla. So Yuldashev with the best of 15.24, looking for 15.40 if he can find it. No, he's just around that 15 mark and shy of it, so he won't be moving up into silver medal position, but bronze looks to be his. His best attempt was in the 2nd round of 15.24. It looks to be 1st and 3rd for Markojaev and Yuldashev. Ben Mosla would need an extraordinary last effort. He's a metre shy of Markojaev at 15.40, and that's a season best. Won't be leaving anything in the ring. No, it's not there. It's another out towards 15 metres. It was an intimidating 5th round effort from Markojaev. 16.37 put the issue to bed, really. But it will be a silver medal for Ahmed Ben Mosla of Tunisia. And isn't he happy about that? As his fans nearby. Well, we saw Markojaev celebrate. It seemed a bit prematurely, but no one could get near him, and he is. It seems going to have one last attempt. Doesn't need to, but wants to. And pumps it out past 15 again. Now the celebrations can truly begin for Kudratilakon Markojaev. Not quite. I thought he was going to have a clean sheet of attempts there, but he's fouled on his last when it really doesn't matter. Pretty light on his feet for a big man. They all are, the great shot putters. 16.37. A massive PB. Prior to that, it was 15.68. And the 2024 world champion is the Paralympic champion. First and third for Uzbekistan.
Yeah, Uzbekistan, that's a fabulous result. And Marov Kujayev, he's added to that World Championship gold in Kobe by winning here in Paris. And he's the new Paralympic champion. It was a strong team from Uzbekistan that proves themselves to be with gold and bronze.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs du 200 mètres féminin T37.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 200 meters T37.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Tarek Soué, directeur général du comité paralympique asiatique.
Asian Paralympic Committee Chief Executive Officer.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Monsieur Zartosté Bakhtiari, maire de Neuilly-sur-Marne.
Mayor of Neuilly-sur-Marne.
Médaille de bronze, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China, Jian Fengfeng.
Jian Fengfeng of China, bronze medalist. Silver in Tokyo, bronze here in Paris. And she's looks absolutely delighted with that in a drama-filled women's 200-meter T37.
Médaille d'argent, représentant l'Ukraine.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine, Natalia Kobzar.
Natalia Kobzar of Ukraine. Brilliant performance to finish in second, season's best. Thrilling finale to the 200. And a superb silver.
Médaillée d'or et championne paralympique représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing People's Republic of China, Wen Jian.
Wen Jian of China. Gold once again. Won the sprint double in Tokyo, and she's won the first of a possible double here in Paris. With a new Paralympic record as well. As all the drama happened behind her, she was out in front, cruising to another gold. And again, a Paralympic record for Wen of China.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la République populaire de Chine.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of People's Republic of China.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés paralympiques.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Well, thank goodness the rain stayed away. We've had such wonderful competition. And why not give the bell a good ring? Mara Kudjaev.
Le vainqueur du lancer du poids F37. La fête ce soir pour l'Ouzbékistan.
The shot put winner by a big margin with a huge personal best. We still have a couple of victory ceremonies to take care of, and that'll round out this first evening session at Stade de France. See on the big screen a few victory shots of celebrating Chinese fans and athletes after the extraordinary events in the men's T11 long jump.
Allez, il nous reste deux cérémonies protocolaires, entre autres la cérémonie du saut en longueur homme T11. Cet athlète vous a offert un record du monde. Il va falloir lui offrir du bruit, du soutien, lui montrer à quel point vous avez apprécié ce spectacle de la longueur homme T11 en restant dans les tribunes pour ces cérémonies de remise des vainqueurs.
Two more medal ceremonies to come in the Stade de France this evening.
So we're expecting that we'll have the men's javelin throw F38 victory ceremony and the men's T11 long jump.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs du saut en longueur masculin T11.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's long jump T11.
Well, it certainly had its drama, and ultimately it had a new world record. For many who'd not observed a T11 long jump before, it was a great education and it was great sport as well.
The medals will be presented by
Mr. John Scowron, Vice Président de Deloitte Jeux Olympiques et Paralympiques.
Deloitte Vice Chair, Olympic and Paralympic Games.
Accompagné by Monsieur Argyrios Karidakis, directeur des services aux Jeux et directeur adjoint des opérations de Paris 2024.
Director of Games Services and Deputy Director of Operation Paris 2024.
Médaillé de bronze représentant de
Well, Johan Munar Martinez found himself in a tremendous struggle with Yitao of China for that bronze medal position. Munar Martinez was pushed aside in the 5th round, but he came back in the last with a personal best of 6:32 to find himself receiving a bronze medal. Yitao shaded him by 1 centimetre in that 5th round, but Munar Martinez found something special.
Médaillé d'argent, représentant de la République populaire de Chine.
Silver medalist representing People's Republic of China, Chen Qishong.
Well, the 24-year-old Chen Qichang was in silver medal position right throughout the competition. He was always some 20 or 30 centimetres behind his teammate Di Dongdong, and then more after the 3rd round when the world record rolled along. But a great competition from Chen Qichang. 5 jumps over 6 metres.
Médaillé d'or et champion paralympique représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing People's Republic of China, Di Dongdong.
He won in Tokyo with 6:47. It's back-to-back gold in the T11 long jump for Di Dongdong, but this time it's a new world record. It stood for 10 years. It did belong to Lex Gillette of the United States, 6:73, but in the 3rd round, Di Dongdong pulled out 6:85. Certainly good enough for gold.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la République populaire de Chine.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of People's Republic of China.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés paralympiques.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Well, Di Dongdong didn't have to set a new world record to win T11 long jump, but it certainly helped. Intriguing competition, and full credit to Johan Munar Martinez of Spain for finding his best in the very last round. There's one victory ceremony to come at Stade de France.
Mesdames et messieurs, la cérémonie des vainqueurs du lancer du javelot masculin F38.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's javelin throw F38.
Well, we've been talking about world records. Another one was quite literally thrown out of the stadium earlier today by Jose Gregorio Lemon Rivas of Colombia.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Monsieur Tarek Soué, directeur général du comité paralympique asiatique.
Asian Paralympic Committee Chief Executive Officer.
Accompagné par
Accompanied by
Monsieur Argyrios Karidakis, directeur des services aux Jeux et directeur adjoint des opérations de Paris 2024.
Director of Game Services and Deputy Director of Operation Paris 2024.
Médaillé de bronze, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China, and Dong Quan.
And Dong Quan of China, a best of 51.97. 37-year-old producing that throw in the second round. And he was temporarily in second position after that. And not far off his personal best of 52.52.
Médaillé d'argent, représentant l'Ukraine.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine, Vladislav Bilye.
Vladislav Bilye found a 52.86 in his third round. In fact, he only had 3 fair throws, but his third round effort was good enough to eclipse An Dong Quan and move into the silver medal position.
Médaillé d'or, les champions paralympiques, représentant la Colombie.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Colombia, Jose Gregorio Lemos Rivas.
Well, Lemos Rivas is a phenomenon. His previous world record was 61.76, set in Santiago last year. He set the Paralympic record in Tokyo, and today he threw 63.81 in the fourth round and thought, oh, well, I'll skip the fifth and sixth because no one's going to get near that. Well, he was quite correct. He won this by 11 meters. 11 meters.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la Colombie.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the anthem of Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Well, there are winners and there are big winners, and May not see a more emphatic victory than that of Jose Gregorio Lemos Rivas. Trying to put a number on it, he's beaten the field by about 20%. He's very, very good.
Voilà encore une très très belle session d'athlétisme, première soirée de ces Jeux paralympiques Paris 2024 pour le paraathlétisme. Une très très belle soirée à nouveau, Renaud.
Une super soirée démarrée sous la pluie qui se termine avec un grand ciel bleu, avec notamment 2 records du monde, de nombreux titres paralympiques décernés dès ce soir. Et on fera un programme tout aussi chargé dès demain avec encore des finales.
5 finales demain matin. So what's the program for tomorrow morning and what time do we need to be in the stadium, Ellen?
Well, you need to be back before 10 o'clock. That is when the action starts with the women's javelin throw at F13, and the action comes thick and fast, as you've witnessed today. 6 finals, so much more to come, plenty of victory ceremonies, and started as well for the first rounds of the men's 400 metres T11.
Donc vous l'avez entendu, 6 finales demain matin, ça commence à 10h. Rendez-vous est pris. We are ready?
I'm
See you
ready.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. À demain.
Championship silver medalist from Serbia.
Nebojša Đurić.
The men's long jump T11 had a field of 6.
Africain en 2008, représentant l'Azerbaïdjan.
The 2008 Paralympic champion.
Joan Muna Martinez in the last round wanting to get out of 4th position and into medal contention. And he did save his best to last with a PB to get past Yi Tao of China, and 6 meters 32. And his supporters knew what that meant. He was guaranteed that medal. Bronze it would be for Joan Muna Martinez. Chen Shichang really put together a solid competition. Keep China up the top. The chance of multiple medals. His best, a 6:50 in the 4th round. Di Dongdong, Tokyo champion, jumping 6:47 3 years ago. World record belonged to Lex Gillette with a 6:73. Would it go today? Well, that looked big because it was. A smile of quiet satisfaction from the coaching staff, and 6:85. A new world record, and gold for Di Dongdong. Silver for Chen, bronze for Muna Martinez. And an intriguing competition, and class at the top with a new world record to Di Dongdong. Shot put F55.
Place à la finale du lancer du poids F55 homme.
Time for the final of the men's shot put F55.
Lex Stoltman, who was a bronze medalist in Tokyo and Rio. An 11.90 in the 2nd round would be Lex. Best effort. So, bronze again. 3 times 3. Nebojša Đurić of Serbia. Led the competition for a while after an 11.98. And a season best for him in the 2nd round. Well, this his second attempt at least. He wasn't able to improve on that, but it did get him onto the podium. But Rusdi of Bulgaria, world record holder and Paralympic champion in 2024, with a 12-meter 40 in the third round. So a victory for Bulgaria ahead of Serbia and Poland. Rusdi, Djuric and Stoltman. Rusdi a clear winner. Women's club throw, quite a big field of 16. And it did contain the world record holder, Rosa Kozakovska. Parastu Habibi, Islamic Republic of Iran, got near a personal best with a 26.29. And she was well pleased with that. An effort that would earn her a bronze medal. It's pretty damp at the start of the evening. These athletes not worried at all. Maroui Ibrahimi of Tunisia is next to challenge. Out towards 30 metres. And it was a big personal best of 29 metres. Got her into second position. But Rosa Kozakovska, well, it was a strange competition. Her very first attempt, introduced as the world record holder at 28.77, but she broke that world record with her very first attempt. 31.30. It did seem as though the effort caused her some discomfort. The shoulder smashing into the back of the chair. She did make one more attempt, but didn't need to do any more. The 31.30 world record was too good. Gold to take away the pain. So 31.30 to 29 and 26.29, Poland, Tunisia and Iran in the women's club throw F32. Men's shot put, F37. This would be an interesting event for Uzbekistan. Toliboy Yuldashev, youngest in the field at 20 years of age. And a significant personal best of 15.24 from him in the second attempt. Ahmed bin Mosla of Tunisia. In the fourth round, a 15.40. And a season best to overtake Yuldashev and move into second position. But Kudra Tilakon Mauro Kudjaev would have something to say about that in the 5th round. (16:37), a massive PB, eclipsing his previous best of 15:68. He was well pleased. And would go on to win it handsomely ahead of Ahmed Ben Mosla of Tunisia and his teammate Tolaboy Yuldashev. Gold and bronze for Uzbekistan, the silver to Tunisia. Stadium empties, but it'll be full again in the days to come. Stade de France. Well, a really entertaining first day at Stade de France. We're excited to know we have so many more sessions to come. We have great competition, keen rivalry, no doubt some world records to savour in the coming days. But that about wraps it up for this evening, though. We hope you enjoyed it and that you can be with us in the days ahead. Goodbye for now from Paris.